What's the hour? Space Down. Hello, I am the creator of these toys, and I would like to introduce you to the Dirt Cat. Does everything you want and nothing else. Exactly the way it should be. Now, this Cat comes in fun flavors. Chocolate, vanilla, ice cream, and other cool stuff. If you're looking for a fun friend to jerk, its best friend is the Earth Cat. Now, details and super size. So buy one, get one free. If you are thinking of getting a it's not what it seems.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Spaced Out. I actually have this story explained pretty darn well as I played through chapter 1 in under a day. Now, I know for a fact that chapter 1 was the most boringest thing, but as it said in the description below, it is the most unfunnest game, most people have said, but I do believe there's a secret story behind all of this. And to be quite honest, there is. Secretly, what Scar Entertainment never told you was there was a second story. A story that we most likely didn't go on. So later today, I'm gonna go on that same exact adventure and finally see the horrors that lied within the pizzeria that we could have got the other ending. Of course, this later will be changed due to chapter 2, but for now, there is a second ending. Well, let me explain the story so far. So let's begin our security breach kind of story explain. I know it's not security breach, but it acts just like it. So let's begin. As far as we know, Lewis is a main side character. So far, we only know so little about Lewis. However, that was until I figured out there are three endings. Why do I say three endings? Well, number one, there are Easter eggs found all over the game that I've yet to find. There are secrets all over the game I've yet to find. And throughout the non-commentary version, they don't say the same exact thing. More like it's for different game people that play it, it's different storylines. Take a listen to what the non-commentary had and the commentary I had in their story with Lewis. Store. Oh, hey, Lewis. Man, we got sent to the mall. Can there be anything better than this? Answer for you? Probably not. But look, I'm gonna head back upstairs and see what I can find. You're in the mall section of space, where we honor Freddy, Chica, Roxy, and Montgomery Gator. You know, from Earth. Uh, get you around. Oh, there we go. Oh, hi. Hey. Oh, weird being here, huh? Yeah, pretty much. No one around. No one to say anything. Just, yeah. This place isn't very much safe. Next part everyone's probably going to be asking me is what did happen to the mall? Now, if anyone is unsure about what this is the original Security Breach Mall. Now, there's a reason I didn't play Powerplot as part 2, because there in the no commentary is no mention of Powerplot ever being used. But in the thing I did, I used it. And for unknown reason, no one knows the reason why this was. But when we did this, I did read into it a little bit more. Climate change had destroyed Earth. But this takes place when Pom Pom and Cindy's adventures are taking place. So how did climate change do both? To be quite honest, I believe Sarah is the one leaving the messages. As we are convinced that we are Sarah, in the original game, it doesn't tell us during my gameplay that we are Sarah. In fact, it doesn't even tell us what the POW bot does. Instead, it just helps you figure out who you will be. And the POW bot isn't even shown in Chapter 2, so I have a feeling it's only a Chapter 1 thing. Unless, of course, they were hiding it out. The story seems a little bit confusing at the moment, due to the fact that we go through the events and we figure out what we need to do. However, save stations are still a thing. And the security breach thing that Gregory would go into Freddy is still here. After 50 long years. You might be thinking, 50? How did a big and small get on this stupid spaceship? Answer? It didn't. Noticing that we did everything right might have brought people to suspense. The fact also that we go through the vents and nothing attacks us proves that this game wasn't scary. That's where Scar got it wrong. Sure, one of the endings isn't scary. The ending we got was the lame ending, according to what I looked up online. There are 3 endings: the cool ending, the lame ending, and the video game ending. So, the video game ending, what does that mean? Obviously, probably minigames. If you had to think about 5 different things, minigames are the reason that this even exists. However, Scar did not tell you that 2 of the endings you'll have to go through monsters, animatronics, like we would in Security Breach. However, if we don't destroy Chica, Glamour Chica, Roxy, or Monty. Instead, we face against those cat things that have been following us through Chapter 1's pro ending. As I'm calling it pro ending because it's basically the prologue ending. Basically, you follow all the Enderman's rules, you basically earn this ending. Congrats, you got the lame ending. However, what happens if you don't follow his rules? Obviously, you need to go to the daycare, but the daycare is not the last resort. It's Roxy's Roadway. Now, obviously, a lot of people are curious on why Roxy's Roadway was even mentioned, instead of it just being called Roadway. However, you do want to go to Roxy's thing. If you're getting the video game ending, you want to ignore everything else without dying. However, this ending does kind of make me sad as to the fact that we only got this. What really happened to the mall, probably we are playing 50 years after Cassie had fallen, and we don't have Security Breach's newest thing, so we have to put Security Breach 1 and Ruin together to figure this out. Security Breach 2 doesn't really tell us, or Help Wanted 2 doesn't really tell us what happened at the Security Breach Mall. Neither does Security Breach's Mimic update ever tell us anything. The DLC will be the only thing I think would tell us what actually happened. Anyway, on to the final part, and I'll see you guys near the ending. This scene may seem similar to a lot of things. Number 1, when you meet the Enderman, first meet him, he acts like you were back in Joyville. Not Joyville Chapter 1, but Chapter 2. When you meet a cat with eyeballs in her mouth. I'm not very sure what that's supposed to mean, but this Enderman seems to be a reincarnation of some type of person. As everyone remembers seeing glitches going through the screen, I think I remember exactly one thing. And this one thing probably is, who is the Enderman? If we put it together, Lewis explains on our gameplay that there weren't that many people left in the building. More likely, they had vanished. And I'm getting public playtime by so I'm saying this, but could it be that all the animatronics had come and killed all of them? If Chapter 1 confirms that we have cat animatronics, Then Chapter 2 confirms that Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are somewhere beneath the place that she's at. As we apparently see Bonnie appear out of nowhere, we know for a fact that Bonnie was the only thing on Chapter 2 so far. So Chapter 2 obviously is hiding the four main animatronics. But the real question is, what happened to the animatronics, and why is this Enderman even trying to help us? Well, if you think about ending 2, the good ending, I say the good ending, because technically it's supposed to be the cool ending. It does kind of hint at us that every single thing we have done up to this point is pointless. As we walk into an Enderman thing, we do wonder this one question. Who is this Enderman, and what do they want from us? It's very common that this could have been a sign, or how about just scan it and says Enderman, but if you notice in and out the game, no one else comes up to this strange being and talks to it. However, the no commentary did talk to it, but didn't have a PAL bot, which kind of defeated the purpose of the PAL bot. Perhaps there might be more than meets the eyes of this Enderman, as this Enderman has a body that looks like an Enderman with two antennas on the top of its head. This could also lead to the fact that the Enderman truly isn't who we thought it was. Plus, not to mention, there's a Bonnie and Freddy thing in the background of where we're standing. Obviously, this was Security Breach's mall, but what happened to it? Did it get flown up to space? Therefore, correcting that the mall is inside the spaceship. Or did they take anything from Earth that was a pizzeria and try to make as many things as possible, put it deeper and deeper? We all know that Chapter 1 seems a little more far-fetched, but there's one thing that was never explained. That's right, who is the tech person? In Chapter 1's beginning, we have the same exact thing that Chapter 4's cinematic trailer showed. But when we finally meet this crazy, crazy person, we don't even get to know who he was. We don't have any tapes about it, and I feel like those tapes are going to come into play. But we do have one thing, and one thing only. We know for a fact where they're hiding. We know for a fact that something happened here, but we were in hypersleep. Carbon dioxide and air cannot mix together. However, this led me to believe that there was more in the place that we could have done. And I know for a fact that everyone wants to say, you're wrong. But I'm not, technically. Anyway, that's all I got for today. See you guys soon.
Space lock, I don't even know. Earth was lost in climate change. But the good news is we're here to make things better, to find a new Earth. This is Sarah. What I'll be saying is I'll be seeing a way. Sarah, you behind this door? Oh, hey, Lewis. Man, we got sent to the mall. Can there be anything better than this? Answer for you? Probably not. But look, I'm gonna head back upstairs and see what I can find. You're in the mall section of space, where we honor Freddy, Chica, Roxy, and Montgomery Gator. You know, from Earth. You know, catch you around. Okay, bye. Bye. Where do I go now? I guess I can go. The fence? Yeah, I'll do that. What's that? Is that somebody? Okay, I'm gonna follow him. Yeah, follow him. That's what I'll do. I hope. What is that? I'll go around. Okay, whatever that was, I probably don't want to. Ah, hello there, and welcome, human. Sure, you seem lost. I have a few things on my agenda for you. Like what exactly? First of all, I need something from you. But we'll meet again shortly. Head for that door. It should lead you somewhere you might like. Wow, didn't think they still had this place. Huh? Oh, it's you again. Yes, I need something from the daycare. Will you please go there? Okay, guess I'm going to the daycare. Wherever that might be.
outside to the daycare. Well, well, well. What do we have here? You're flying. Of course, let me fly you to where you need to be. Whatever you do, don't cross that button. It'll make me very upset. And I don't like to be upset. My name is Sunrise. What happened to Sunset? She's no longer with us. But midnight will strike. You don't want to beat her. Oh my, little girl, what have you done? Better find those letters, or I come and kill you. I did it. Now I just gotta figure a way out of here.
Just grabbing a key card. Thanks. Bye. Ah, you found me again. Go to Roxy Roadway. I'm sure there's something there that you must see. Okay, okay. I'm going. I'm going. What is this place? Why did corporate never tell me about it? An elevator. Good. I can go up or down. Sure looks like a long drop down. You can't escape. Huh? I should run. What is this place? There's no place to run. What's the hour? Space Stout. This is a unique and model toy of the ages. It can move, it can sing. Da-dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-dum, dum, dum. It can even take photographs. Most importantly, it can't do one thing. It can even go side to side. One thing you must note is this thing must never, ever. The new and improved toy for this ongoing thing, it's occurred to me that it's not all what it's cracked up to be. These toys far get away from their jars. Ah!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Story Explained video. Now you might be thinking, wait, is he crazy? Well, I'm actually not crazy. For a fun fact, we're gonna explain chapter 2's story and maybe the mysterious voice we hear throughout the walkie-talkie. It isn't at all evil at all. But, however, we do see at the ending of chapter 2, which I'll get to in a bit, that the walkie-talkie is none other than an actual girl. So let's dive into this. Let's starting with chapter 2's beginning, which I don't really have the beginning, but I could try to make it the beginning. So let's just dive right in, I guess. Let's start with Monte Gulf, for instance, since our character immediately lands there after hearing a soft message. Probably the reason why the original chapter was called Hidden Messages. However, this chapter was called Hidden Secrets, and falling down to this very underground pit made people on edge, or at least me on edge. Now, it's worth noting that there were there was one way we had to defeat a Grim Reaper. But during Chapter 2, we never see this Grim Reaper ever come back. So I'm assuming Chapter 2's main villain wasn't it. However, we do get information about Cassie. A little bit of information about Cassie, which we all know in Security Breach, Cassie was supposed to find Gregory. And due to the fact she tried and tried and tried, she went to the daycare, she found out things, she tried to stop the Mimic, and I'm gonna guess Glamrock Bonnie inside of, I forget what the rabbit is called, but I'm basically just giving you FNAF lore here. Of course, in Security Breach, we have Gregory trying to figure out a way out of this nest, and unfortunately, he doesn't do exactly that. He does get out of there, but either loses Freddy or wins it. Now, I'm not very sure about the story for the rest of the video game, but it's definitely proven that this was the case. as in chapter 2 was the only way to experience stuff such as listening to a tape, which unofficially naming the person, since they never give out their name, to be Tape Girl. I know there was a Tape Girl in Help Wanted, but she is known as Tape Girl. I believe that's what the name is resigning until we meet her in person, which comes later. After figuring out what's in Monty Gulf, we end up going to an upstairs place, which we get outrun by Chica, which is very peculiar, as originally the commercial said these toys were not supposed to be let out of storage. However, they are, and I have noticed that every commercial that appears, which probably you're seeing right now on your screen. Now, of course, I made a video on this already, but I took this from Scar's channel. And it's about Chapter Two's commercial. Now, originally, it was supposed to be in the beginning of the game, but it didn't become this. And this is a Foxy character that we were supposed to get a digital version of its nightmare form. However, this game didn't seem like it had the potential to be like Happy Playtime, but more along the lines of Joyville. Joyville 2, at least. Well, Chapter 2. And I'm actually excited to find out what the remaining of the video game is for Chapter 3. I heard there's supposed to be 6 chapters, so perhaps maybe we've been lied to about it. Maybe they're deciding to do 4 chapters instead of 6. However, we do not know. However, this chapter was supposed to be theoretically based off of the 1980s commercial, which I believe this is set around, since it looks old, it has a US tape, and yeah, that's all I can say about this. I do notice that throughout this thing, I will probably make this in the animatronics explained, but it is noted that don't mess with Foxy. Next up, I want to point out that this game, after completing that, we had to go to Failure Blast, which you guys are seeing right now, and kind of figure out what to do from there, which we had to do a puzzle, which is basically just shoot as many things, but there was nothing literally there, so I guess it makes total sense like we didn't shoot anything. Of course, throughout this whole entire Phaser Blast experience, we don't really see that much in the game so far. Originally, if you guys played the long game, which I might do in a certain chapter, or I might just let it slide. But if you did that in Chapter 1, you would already have come to Phaser Blast, but not done any of the Phaser Blasting. But I think you would have. But in Chapter 2, they decided to do it anyway. And apparently, red is the color that you are, and green is the color that you're being defeated as. Same as that thing that both Gregory and Cassie did. And in Chapter 2, we find out more about it. But if we read Chapter 2's actual journal, it says a little more off how the planet came to be and what actually happened to Cassie and what happened to our crew. I'll read a little bit right now. The crew was destroyed in the process of it. Only 2 that remained were Lewis and our main character, Inner Peace. However, everyone else did not survive due to the fact that animatronics had killed them and hid them deep below the ship, meaning that there's a more subtle approach, meaning that wherever we go next won't be that far away. However, for this matter, I'm going to read you a little bit more about Cassie. It does say that Cassie fell down the same exact way, and we hear Roxy at the ending of Security Breach DLC, so perhaps there might be a DLC for Chapter 2. We're not entirely sure, but definitely there's a DLC for Chapter 1 because of the fact there are 2 endings. I think Chapter 2 only has 1 ending so far, for what I noticed. But there are a lot of audio tapes, and I'm not going to go through every single audio tape because of the fact they're immediately going to reveal more of the story. But however, this is just the explain video. And finally, we have something about Earth. Earth was destroyed by dinosaurs because of the fact someone decided to clone them and create them the same exact way they did in Jurassic World. Due to the fact that this was so successful, the dinosaurs started eating people, and then climate change became a thing where it made the dinosaurs have more of an advantage, more delicious, nutritious advantage. But this was never to be the case, as Earth was evacuated because of this. Most families had died during the time, and Earth was no more. Earth was no more living on. And this was seen throughout the whole entire chapter 1 as NRPs could not figure out what's happening on the ship. So you go, guys. That's basically all that there. But at the ending of this chapter, we do find out that there is indeed a woman of power, which I'm about to pull up right now. So let's have the phaser blast. So of course we meet this person. I will be playing some audio cues from the game, but we meet her and she does not reveal her name. At least I don't think she does. But we assume that this is Tessa, right? Wrong. This is actually the tape version that's been talking to us, which means it's not Tessa. It's kind of confirmed at the point where she says, "Okay, here's the ending." We do notice that throughout this ending, there really is nothing else to do. I mean, sure, you could choose not to go down, but we go down the Crusher anyway. It would have made more sense if Foxy died to the Crusher, but Chica already died to the Crusher, so we had a verbatim. But it is kind of interesting as a fact that we are still alive, and we're seeing either ghosts or people that were still alive to this day. It's not clear if she has good intentions. She kind of sounds like she's Poppy, but telling us to do the thing to finish the job. We do want to exit the building, right? So this seems like the most valued thing that anyone could ever do. Of course, it took us a while to figure out what the intention was in this game, but we finally defeated Foxy, and we got a sneak peek of what the animatronic that killed the original other animatronic. I think that was the Earth Cat, which turns out that it wasn't that bad. I'll let you guys hear some audio cues right now as I just explained the whole entire story. And yeah, let's go through some audio cues. See you on the flip side.
Oh, it's a girl. I told you you would be safe. There's still one thing left. We have to end that horrible, horrible fox in order for you to get out of here. You finally figured it out. Finally found me. Oh, do I not need the walkie-talkie then? What are you doing down here? You must stop the horrible fox. And then I can tell you exactly what to do next. Where we face Chica. You did so much. Now I believe you deserve to know a little bit of the truth. We evacuated Earth because of the fact of climate change. We also evacuated it because of the fact that no one else knew this, that it was being invaded by dinosaurs. We didn't want to be killed. We did our best we could. And now, thanks to you, we just have to defeat one more thing. An animatronic purple bear called Fluffy. If we can defeat Fluffy, we can make it out of this ship. He's the last obstacle standing in the way of the exit. After him is the exit. So I guess we're doing the Crusher thing. Shh. Oh god. Where am I? What is this place? Well, that's the ending of chapter 2. Remember one thing. Remember one thing. Try to survive.